On the evening of June 24th, 1986, a 10-year-old boy named Juan Pedro Martinez Gomez bounced around in his seat in the cab of his father's big red tractor-trailer truck. As a reward for doing so well in school, Juan's father had surprised Juan and Juan's mom with this particular trip. Their plan was to drive from their hometown in southeastern Spain all the way across the country to the northern coast. Juan's dad would offload the cargo. Juan and his mom and dad would stick around and kind of make a vacation out of it. And Juan's dad began backing the truck up so it could be paired up with the cargo he'd be hauling to the north coast. It was this huge 25,000 liter tanker, and so once they were all hooked up, he turned onto the road and began heading towards the stretch of mountain road called the Somosierra Mountain Pass. About 40 minutes later, a man who was also driving in the Somosierra Mountain Pass, when suddenly a huge red tractor-trailer truck came barreling toward him from behind, and the truck smashed into this guy, which sent his car careening off the road. And so this guy's car comes to a stop, and the guy, he kind of comes to, and he climbed out of his car, and there was the truck that had hit him. It was now on its side, and it was hissing steam, and it didn't look like anybody inside the truck was trying to get out. This white van came blazing around the corner, and this woman with blonde hair jumped out, and she said, "I'm a nurse, do you need any help?" And she did not seem like a nurse. And he saw the driver looked oddly similar to the woman, except it was a man who was driving. And then in the passenger seat was this elderly woman who was just staring daggers at this guy. And so the guy finally just said, "I don't need any help, go help them." And the van sped to where the crashed big red tractor trailer truck was, and she climbed on top of it, and she reached down and she took something out of the truck. But from his perspective, 100 feet back, he couldn't tell what she had taken out of the cab. She climbed off the cab, she did not attempt to help anybody inside of the truck, and the white van sped off down the road. When help arrived, emergency responders immediately realized they had an environmental disaster on their hands. The big red tractor trailer truck, which was Juan's father's truck, was hauling 25,000 liters of sulfuric acid. When emergency crews were able to go up to the truck and look inside, they discovered that the vehicle's occupants were all dead. However, there were only two bodies. It was Juan's mother and father. Juan was nowhere to be found. Missing person posters of Juan went up all over Spain. 1 year after the crash, a driving instructor in Madrid, Spain, heard a knock on the door. He found there was this elderly woman who appeared to be blind, and with her was a young boy who appeared to be about 11 years old. The driving instructor, he just couldn't help but feel like there was something oddly familiar about these two people. The driving instructor asked them, "How can I help you?" The little boy, he asked in perfect Spanish, "Where's the US Embassy?" At this exact moment, he remembered seeing him on all those missing person posters. And so the driving instructor, he goes, "Hold on a minute," and he finds one of the posters. He grabbed it and he ran back out to show it to them, but the boy and the blind old woman were gone. To this day, he's still missing and his case is still unsolved.